So she's being smelled today. It looks like she's doing it by hand. Now, if you watch carefully, the octopus should change color slowly, but she can actually, or he can actually change quite fast. This type of octopus can change its color in less than 100 milliseconds, which is faster than you can blink your eyes.
Oh my gosh.
And you can see it start moving now. So it looks like we do have a toy in there, and we're also doing a hand feed, so it's a nice combination today. So that looks like a new type of jar I haven't seen before. So it looks like we've changed it up to make it a little bit more exciting.
So does she always give it to the tentacles, and then he puts the tentacles in its own mouth, or does she put the food in the mouth?
We usually give it or put it onto the tentacles so it can feed itself. And they can't taste with their tentacles, so if you like to put their suckers on it first, just to taste what they're eating. And they have quite a lot of force behind their suckers. If you have an octopus get on your arm and put its suckers on you, and if it sucks really hard, you actually get little red marks from where that octopus was. It's pretty cool. They're really strong. Each arm can lift about 100 pounds, so they have quite a lot of force they can use. But octopuses, for the most part, are pretty docile, especially this species. They get really used to people, and they're not really dangerous. Most octopuses do have a venom that you use to inject into like clams to soften up muscles. So if you are bitten by some types of octopus, it can be deadly. They do use their beak to inject that venom. This species of octopus does have venom, but it's not very dangerous. You're not really going to die from it. So they can be dangerous, but for the most part, they're pretty nice. Now, this octopus can change a variety of different colors. They can be a dark maroon or a bright white, and we seem to think that they change that color depending on their moods. So white seems to indicate that they're restful, and they just usually do that when they're sleeping. When they're maroon like that, it usually means they're excited and active. So usually when we start the feed, it'll turn a darker color, and then several hours after the feed, it'll turn a more white color as it relaxes more. And octopuses do sleep a lot. That's mostly what they do throughout their day. Now, one big question we get here at the aquarium is why is its tank so small? And it does look rather small, but there's a good reason for that. Octopuses really like small places. If in the wild, they'll squeeze into small dens, and they'll pretty much never come out. They'll only come out to breed and reproduce. And they'll pretty much spend most of their time in those crevices and never come out. Now, if we were to put this octopus in our shark tank, it would find a really small hole, squeeze into it, we'd never see it again. By having it into this tank, it's comfortable and it has room to move around. So it's sort of best all around for this octopus. Do you have a question? Question?
Do you see them get along with sharks?
Oh, so I got the question, they get along with sharks. Not really. In the Seattle Aquarium, they started losing nurse sharks, and they weren't sure why. Their nurse sharks are really big, but they started disappearing. What they saw is their octopuses actually went after the sharks and ate them. Now the crazy thing is that sharks will also eat octopuses. So it was just all a big mix-up. Sharks eat octopuses and octopuses eat sharks. Crazy. Any other questions about our octopus? Yes? So I had the question about this lobster over here. Can it get out of its cage? They're not the most intelligent animal, but if they had an opening, they probably would leak through it. But octopuses don't really escape very easily. Another cool thing about this octopus, it's about 100 years old though. So it's a nice little lobster. So you can see we're petting our octopus right there. If you ever want to know what an octopus feels like, it feels like the skin underneath your arm. So if you stretch out your arm and feel the skin right there, it's sort of what it feels. Like. It's really soft, it's sort of rubbery. And octopus, question?
I just want to ask, how are you going to transport it to your new facility? Like, how does that work?
That is a really good question. So when we get new octopuses, because they don't live very long, we do have to get them occasionally. Sorry, I'm cutting out. We actually train them. One sec. We actually train them to go into buckets. So we'll slowly acclimatize it to getting into a bucket by giving it